Hello guys. Good evening. Happy Sunday evening everyone. So ito bumili yung isa ng tinapay na anong tawag dito? Ensaymada. Nagubad ka pa dyan Remote. Oy, tiran mo ko dyan Hapiin mo na. Kasi I have something to do here in my ano, in my vlog. Hello guys. Welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, do you have hatiin daw natin muna to guys. Do you have any plastic there? Oh my god, okay. So kain muna tayo guys ng ensaymada. This is 15 pesos guys. Binili niya sa labas. Today guys is last day of the month, August 31, 2025. So tomorrow is Burr month, start na ng Burr month, September 1. So then, so what I have here for you guys is that I'm going to read a speech from Douglas MacArthur. So ito yung babasahin ko today or tonight para sa inyo to lahat. I think magandang speech to by Douglas MacArthur. Sorry. The title is Old Soldiers Never Die. I have constantly called for the new political decision essential to a solution. Efforts have been made to distort my position. It has been said, in effect, that I was a warmonger. Nothing could be farther from the truth. I know war as few other men now living know it, and nothing to me is more revolting. I have long advocated its complete abolition, as its very destructiveness on both friend and foe has rendered it useless as a means of settling international disputes. Indeed, on the second day of September 1945, just following the surrender of the Japanese nation on the battleship Missouri, I formally cautioned as follows. Men since the beginning of time have sought peace. Various methods through the ages have been attempted to devise an international process to prevent or settle disputes between nations. From the very start, workable methods were found insofar as individual citizens were concerned, but the mechanics of an instrumentality of larger international scope have never been successful. Military alliances, balances of powers, leagues of nations, all in turn failed, leaving the only path to be by way of the crucible of war. The utter destructiveness of war now blocks out this alternative. We have had our last chance. If we will not devise some greater and more equitable system, our Armageddon will be at our door. The problem basically is theological and involves a spiritual recrudescence in an improvement of human character that will synchronize with our almost matchless advances in science, art, literature, and all material and cultural developments of the past 2,000 years. It must be of the spirit if we are to save the flesh. In war, there is no substitute for victory. The tragedy of Korea is further heightened by the fact that its military action is confined to its territorial limits. It condemns that nation, which is our purpose to save, to suffer the devastating impact of full naval and air bombardment while the enemy's sanctuaries are fully protected from such attack and devastation. Of the nations of the world, Korea alone, up to now, is the sole one which has raised its all against communism. The magnificence of the courage and fortitude of the Korean people defies description. They have chosen to risk death rather than slavery. Their last words to me were, "Don't scuttle the Pacific." I am closing my 52 years of military service. When I joined the army, even before the turn of the century, it was the fulfillment of all my boyish hopes and dreams. The world has turned over many times since I took off on the plane at West Point, and the hopes and dreams have long since vanished. But I still remember the refrain of one of the most popular barracks ballads of that day, which proclaimed most proudly that old soldiers never die. They just fade away. And like the old soldier of that ballad, I now close my military career and just fade away. An old soldier who tried to do his duty as God gave him the life to see that duty. Goodbye. So yun lang guys ang speech ni MacArthur, Douglas MacArthur, The Old Soldiers Never Die. Excerpt lang yun. Okay, next is Albert Einstein, Peace in the Atomic Age. I am grateful to you for the opportunity to express my conviction in these most important political questions. The idea of achieving security through national armament is at the present state of military technique a disastrous illusion. On the part of the United States, this illusion has been particularly fostered by the fact that this country succeeded first in producing an atomic bomb. The belief seemed to prevail that in the end it were possible to achieve decisive military superiority. In this way, any potential opponent would be intimidated, and security so ardently desired by all of us, both to us and all of the humanity. The maxim which we have been following during these last 5 years has been, in short, security through superior military power, whatever the cost. The armament or the armament race between the USA and the USSR, originally supposed to be a preventive measure, assumes historical character. On both sides, the means to mass destruction are perfected with feverish haste behind the respective walls of secrecy. The H-bomb appears on the public horizon as a probably attainable goal. If successful, radioactive poisoning of the atmosphere and hence annihilation of any life on Earth has been both with the range of technical possibilities. The ghost-like character of this development lies in its apparently compulsory trend. Every step appears as the unavoidable consequence of the preceding one. In the end, there becomes more and more clearly general annihilation. Is there any way of this impasse created by man himself? All of us, and particularly those who are responsible for the attitude of the US and the USSR, should realize that we may have vanquished an external enemy, but have been incapable of getting rid of the mentality created by the war. It is impossible to achieve peace as long as every single action is taken with a possible future conflict in view. The leading point of all political action should therefore be what can we do to bring about a peaceful coexistence and even loyal cooperation of the nations? The first problem is to do away with mutual fear and distrust. Solemn renunciation of violence, not only with respect to means of mass destruction, is undoubtedly necessary. Such renunciation, however, can only be effective if at the same time a supranational judicial and executive body is set up empowered to decide questions of immediate concern to the security of the nations. Even the declaration of the nations to collaborate in the realization of such a restricted world government would considerably reduce the imminent danger of war. In the last analysis, every kind of peaceful cooperation among men is primarily based on mutual trust and only secondly on institutions such as courts of justice and police. This holds for nation as well as for individuals, and the basis of trust is the loyal give and take. So that's all, guys. Thank you for listening. Until next vlog. So, since wala tayong nagawa for this video, nagpasa na lang tayo. So again, thank you so much, guys. Goodbye, August, and welcome September 2025. So that's all. Thank you so much. See you next time. Babu.